New project. I'm gonna talk about measurements now, so I'm gonna go to A4 letter for now. We're done with the business card. A4 letter will just give you an A4 size for the page. Portrait, so that it's vertical. Landscape would be horizontal. And the guides, I'm gonna set them to be 2 centimeters from the top. I'll copy this value. Bottom, I want it to be 4 centimeters. Left is 2 and right is 2. I don't want any facing pages yet. I don't want any automatic text box, and I'll press OK. So now, Control minus, that's my page. And these are the margin guides that I just specified. So my work is going to be inside them. I create them so that I know where the limits of my work is going to be. Alright, so now let's say that we need to have a rectangle as wide as the whole page. For example, I create a rectangle. Now this rectangle is selected. I am in the item tool. This is the X position, this is the Y position. The X position is the horizontal position with respect to this point here, which is the origin by default. The Y position is the vertical position with respect to this point here, which is the origin. Which means that if I set X to 0 and Y to 0, it will jump up to the origin, because that's 0, 0. Now, how wide is my page? It's an A4 page. How wide is this? 21. If I selected this and set the W, which is the width, to 21 centimeters, it's going to be exactly as wide as my page. And it's also exactly aligned to the page because X is 0 and Y is 0. Let's say that I want the height to be 2 millimeters. I go to height and I type 2 millimeters, and there you go. I'll zoom over, and I want to give this a color. If I click here, I have box color, it's white. I'm gonna make it black for now. Or I can select a new color from here. Let's select dark blue. I'm gonna click and select a dark blue color now. I can give it a name, let's say dark blue. And I'll press OK. So now if I click, I have dark blue in my list to choose from. Okay, now I want this to go down, let's say half a centimeter. Or let's say 1 centimeter down. So I go to my Y value and I type 1 centimeter. So now this goes down 1 centimeter. So I have very precise placement for everything. Zoom out. If I didn't want to see the guides, I just wanted to see the page, what do I press? I go to view and uncheck guides, and the shortcut for this is F7. So now that's my page so far. What I need to do now is cut this with the white space and type here a title. For example, the title of the magazine. Let's see how we can do this. I'm gonna go back to view and guides, and if I right click here and choose measure, I can choose centimeter. You see I have 0 and 21. That's the dimension or the width of my A4 page, 21 centimeters. Let's say that I want to have a cut here from 13 to 17. I want to have a cut. It means what? Since I want to stop at 13, it means that the width should be how much? It should be 13. So now I have this. I want to make a copy of this. How? Control D. If I press shift, I can move it. I want this to start at 17. So the Y value is 10 for this one, and I'll also type 10 for that one. 10 millimeter. 10. No. Here. Yeah, this is 10, and this is 10. Alright, so this should start at 17, so the X value here in centimeters should be 17. From 17 to 21, how much do I have? 4. So the width should be 4 centimeters. So now I have exact fit, but I have this space from 13 to 17, 4 centimeters empty. So now I can add text here, which would be the title. So I'm gonna go to my rectangular text box, and I will add one here, and I'll zoom over. Content tool. I scale it down, and I'll type the title. What would be a title of a magazine? For example, something that you read. Something that I read is computer arts. Alright, so I'm gonna bring this up, and I'm gonna move it down. If I press shift, I move it down straight. Okay, I'm gonna move it down a bit more. Now see what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna select my text. I'm gonna center it first, and I'm gonna increase its width, say to 15 points or 16, until it fits in that space. 17 is too much, 16 is good, and I'll move it up a little bit. I'll zoom out. I'll press F7 to hide the guides, and now that's the title of my page.